Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to another morning of odd hand gestures, because that's just what I do. Thumbs up for that. And, of course, welcome to a brand new day filled with hope and promise and disappointments and nightmares. I mean, gotta be honest about that. Pain and suffering, disappointment and mourning is a valid part of the human experience. If you avoid all pain, all suffering, all hurt, you are crippling yourself. Life may and possibly should be a lot less painful than it is, but it's not. We live in a world where people and animals die and things don't work right and things go wrong, and you're left with pain and hurting and suffering. And that is a valid part of human experience. Don't wallow in it for too long, but accept it and then try your best to keep moving. Thumbs up. Now, of course, for the Shelton, Washington Weather, Plague, Rat, and Spider Report. Well, before that, I'm trying something. I haven't shut my door over here entirely, so there may be more noise, and I haven't shut it entirely just because my cat has been doing a lot of going in and out and in and out, and I'll come back to that. So we'll see how that works. Weather. Oh boy, it was raining horribly all day yesterday. Wind, rain, it was nasty. And then, about 8:30, I head out to go walkies because I've been sitting all day and I need to buy sodas and some food. I do that every single day. So, I head out on walkies. I take my travel umbrella. And I have to use it periodically, but not because it's raining hard, just a little bit of, enough that you're getting damp and wet. So, I pop it open for that, but for the whole, it's pretty good. I can't remember what the point of the story was on that, but oh yes. I got all of ADD, and I hope you do too. I get all the way to Safeway. And this is after I had taken extra walks around to try and make sure that I would get good walkies in, and I get there and I forgot my mask. And I'm not going to buy a small package of throwaway masks, because that is twice as much as I was planning on spending just on food and drink. So I had to turn around and walk all the way back home, grab my mask, and then head back out to Safeway. So it worked out well, though. No rain aside from little bits and sprinkles, but it wasn't much, so that's good. And made it back. Definitely a thumbs up. I was outside this morning, had to take out some stuff, and it's cloudy, and I don't know if it's going to rain, but it's not right now. I got to remember to pull my shoulder back. I'm not going to be able to fix my shoulder. I mean, I've got scoliosis. My bones are pushing me in this direction, muscles and bones. I just have to try and keep it pulled back to fight against it, because it's just going to keep getting worse over time if I don't. Thumbs up for that. On the Plague Rat Report, good Lord. I mean, people were just frankly not even trying last night, so I can only hope that these morons aren't actually sick. There were plague rats galore in Safeway in Shelton, Washington last night. And if you're a person that goes out into a public area like that and you're not wearing your mask, wear a mask, you bloody plague rat. This isn't a joke. This is serious. People are dying. 200 and almost 20,000 Americans dead in the past 6 months? Good Lord. So thumbs up on that. And for the spider report, the spider above the window is still there and still plump. The spider next to the window is still there. She's doing something. She's not in the center and she's off to the side, so she might have snagged something. And the window over in the corner, right, the spider over in the corner is still doing well, a good thing. Now the spider directly above and behind me in the juncture betwixt wall and ceiling, she is still fiercely protecting her egg sac. Thumbs up for that. So, I mean, if at some point they're likely going to hatch. Now that's happened, I can see up on the walls because I do vacuum the dead stuff out of the corners occasionally, but it's only every couple months. So I can see up there, it looks like there's the tiny little bodies of a whole bunch of hatched spider babies, so it happens. Nature is red in tooth and claw, and life in nature is nasty, brutish, and short. The survival pressures are intense. Thumbs up for that. Thank goodness we're a part of nature, but we don't have to be a part of nature. I don't want to. Our lives are nasty, brutish, and short enough as it is. We don't need them to be any more nasty, brutish, and short. Past that, though, I have just been thinking of various things as I go walking. I need to shower today. I am so scruffy. My beard is so long. I only shave now when I shower, and so I'm really super scruffy. But even when I don't shower, I mean, I'm still clean. I mentioned it before, I mentioned it again, just so that people remember this. While I don't shower every day because it's a huge energy investment, I still sponge bathe and stay clean. And sponge bathing is just, I take a washcloth, I wash here, I wash down below. You get all those areas that are either, you get a good keratin buildup, or you get a good sebaceous gland buildup. So that's like, under here. So make sure you try not to smell badly. So I stay clean. I just don't scour myself with my shower gloves and chemicals. Where was I going with that? I can't even remember. Oh yes, the thing is I was thinking of. Because when I was on walkies last night, I've been thinking a lot, more background stuff on. I started to talk about this yesterday and then just got really distracted and went off on a far off direction. This is information, background information that would come out about the various types of races on the bone-hurting Jew story world. Because there's, I'd mentioned before, there's like the Dwarlen, which are the elven type characters that live underground and are fungal. There's the Elvandri, the dwarven types, but they live on the surface of the world, even though they have extensive minds and they do really beautiful metalworking. But as the one person says, who is one of these Elvandri, it's like, yes, we build these mighty tunnels and mines underground, but every time I'm down there digging, I still pine for the touch of the sun on my face. And though I can locate important metals and beautiful gem work with the best of them, my best time is to spend relaxing around a lake with a fishing pole and a large bag of pipeweed. Yeah, they're dwarves, but they're not underground dwarves. They're surface dwellers. They need the sun. They eat food that grows on the surface. Now the Dwarlen, the elves, they're the weird ones because they're fungal based. As they get older, their meat of their bodies get more and more replaced. When they're young, when they're first born, they're about 30% fungal mass, 70% meat, approximately. The fungus part is not an invasion, it is a part of their DNA. When the fungal tendrils from the mother enter through the placental amniotic walls, they're not infecting the child. They send out little proteins to let the fungus already in the DNA know that they are part of a larger network, they're not alone. So when a child is born, one of the Dwarlan children is born, 30% of their body mass is fungal. That's primarily the brain and spinal cord is a fungal mass. Crack open the skull and there's just a fungal mass growing inside of there. And yet they grow and develop and turn into fine people. And as they get older, more and more of their body's meat is just replaced with that fungal mass. Not en masse, but maybe your hand is entirely a fungal mass, but it's just splintered and broken with pockets of meat through your hand. Or arm, as it's sometimes called. So thumbs up on that. And yeah, the Dwarlan, they live underground, but not completely. I was even thinking of each one, when you go traveling, because fungus is primarily underground, there are kingdoms for these elves that are underground because the network goes underground and spreads. When you find an outpost that is like a san, and a larger village is a sanya, a small to medium-sized city would be a sanyad, the larger to almost big cities, sanyada, the biggest city in a group, the sanyadan, and of course the sadhyana is the fungal mass as a whole, the entire kingdom. They are a network of sorts. Each one of them can tap into that fungal network, and you just think about, connect to, and talk to a friend, and then you're just talking to them. You're part of that network. Now there are people like the one person who's in the bone-hurting Joe story, who is one of these elves. They, to try and make sure that there is extra stuff coming in, because if you don't try to keep evolving, if you don't try to keep growing, if you go with your comfort, if you just sit back on your laurels, the evolutionary pressure surrounding you will eventually crush you, because everything around you is being forced just by the pressures of survival to get tougher and better. And if you don't, you will get run over. So, about 1 in 1,000 births of these people, they are not as connected to the network, and their genes have a strong wanderlust. Their connection to the network is like hearing people talking and laughing in the next room, but not being able to communicate with them. Still having a feeling of connection, still having a feeling of being a part of it, but not being able to really interact with it. And they have that wanderlust. So they head out and they do things and they learn and they grow. They learn new things. They find new technology, new ideas, and they bring that back. And it gets incorporated and built in. And so they continue to grow. And so the main character, not the main character, but the one Dwarlan character in the story is one of those. It's about halfway through their life. About 60-70% of their body is fungal mass. And they're just out adventuring and learning so that they can go back at the end and have all of their knowledge become a part of all that. But until that time, they're off with Skarbat Nilchenka, and they're having an adventure and getting addicted to bone-hurting juice. Thumbs up on that. Checking my time over there. I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Not very many, but that's fine. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 or however many people left comments for having left comments. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. And if I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. And even though I count in American Sign Language, though I am not deaf or hard of hearing. Did I do that part? Yeah, I did that and then that. I get distracted so easily. It's so fun having ADD. Even though I do that with my depression, ADD, fibromyalgia, other chronic illnesses and such, it is difficult for me to stay on track and I get lost very easily. So let me call up my Chrome before I even forget to do that. We have Slick Gamer. A little sleepy, greatly appreciated. There is Confused L29. Oh, thank God I slept last night. I remembered to take a 200 milligram caffeine tablet before going to bed. And it worked. I fell asleep. Here's hoping you can sleep as well. DC 2002, thumbs up. Mars, greatly appreciated. Alan Rees, thumbs up and thank you. We have Crimson Shadow, greatly appreciated. Metal Winged Wolf. I appreciate any and all comments, tips, pointers, and things to do. So thank you. And Sebastian Ferris, thumbs up and thank you. And then there's Nya Nya Nya, thumbs up. No, not Beat. Best Spice Mint, thumbs up and thank you. Jeff Verberg, thumbs up. Random Guy, greatly appreciated. Kira Lemon Grab, I'm not sure, I'll have to check that. And thank you very, very much for the comments. And thank you for watching. It's good to see you in the comments. We have Fat Boy, thumbs up. Colin Reisenauer, greatly appreciated. Andy Green, thumbs up. Made in Canada, always good to see you in the comments. I appreciate your comments very, very much. There is Manuel Esther, who has some ideas about LED lights that aren't really accurate or real, but still that's life. 3N0, greatly appreciated. Living Louder, best way to live. And then Adrian Bryan with information about... And there is Christopher Thomas, thumbs up and thank you. We have Stephen Leone, thumbs up, thank you much. And we have Mr. Sony, 25 people. That was the last of them, though. Thank you much, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. It is appreciated to no end. Thank you so much. Now, when I don't go into my spiel here about links, I still have not been able to get through my ADD to fix my GoFundMe campaign yet. I've got to push through and I've got to get it done if I can, so I'm sorry about that. But if you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my PayPal link down below, that would be very, very cool. Or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people. That would be beautiful and awesome. If you'd like to help me out but didn't want to become a Patreon patron, that PayPal link I mentioned is very, very good. And if you'd like to help me out without... Wow, I'll try that in English. If you'd like to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wish list link as well with things like hamster bedding, cat food, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very cool. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. A definite thumbs up. And of course, hopefully I put the subscribe to the channel thing at the beginning. I want to kind of punch that one up too, so who knows what I'm going to be doing with that in the future. Hopefully having fun. Thumbs up for that. Well, good golly, Miss Molly, it is 18 minutes and 48 seconds, and I don't really have much else to say. So, to try and shake up my ending here, please wear a mask when you go out. It is very smart, and it's the only way we're going to get past this. You know what I mean. Practice your social distancing. It's painful, but it works. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face out after you've touched stuff. Try not to do it just on the whole, but still. And of course, do not irritate the lobster hat wearing duck head of judgment. It is always ready. Not quite eager, just ready to heap its scorn upon all those it feels necessary. Do not become one. And of course, Black Lives Matter. Damn it. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very, very, very good thing. I got this video here. I have a video that I need to edit and render for the second half of the day. Hopefully I'll get some other stuff done for tomorrow. We shall see. And of course, justice for absolutely everyone that the jackbooted, brown-shirted fascist thugs keep brutalizing and murdering on U.S. American streets.